Champion Charge, Royal Champion Charge, Royal Champion Charge. This is a skill that a lot of Clash of Clans players know, and throughout the past week I've tried to master it, so let me share how it went with you guys. But first, I need to set a baseline to give you guys an idea of how much I was doing each day. Number one, the only army I was using was Masked Dragon's Royal Champion Charge. I wasn't using any other army, no other Royal Champion Charge strategies. Two, I was only doing 2 to 3 attacks per day. While this might not be the best measurement, that was how much time I had per day, so you're probably going to see some Clan War League attacks along with regular trophies. So without further ado, let's get into it and see how I mastered the Royal Champion Charge in 7 days. So day 1 started off with me not recording. Yup, I was too lazy to record. I was relaxing. But I do have some replays of when I actually did play and started my first attacks with the Royal Champion Charge. So as you can see, day 1 went pretty poorly with me missing quite a few invisibility spell placements. You can see in fact that I had 2 invisibility spells left over from my Royal Champion Charge. Although it was day 1, we were just getting a feel for it, and we even still managed to secure the 2-star, so it wasn't all that bad, because, we were just getting a feel for it, testing it out. Sorry, it actually was a 3-star, and I will just show you guys the army I used for the duration of the week. So I had, sorry about that misclick, we had invisibility spells, and I switched a recall in so I could send the Royal Champion back out a second time. Otherwise, it was pretty much the same with just no balloons. We had to make sure we had a great starting foundation because we want to be able to master this strategy and, have different attack strategies for different types of bases as we progress through the town halls. So making sure we can start decent is going to be an important step to overall mastering the Royal Champion Charge. And comments do not get me started on the 69%. It's not a big deal, but we do have some rewards to claim, like this resource potion that I am going to sell for gems because who's actually using these? It's definitely not me. Anyway, let's upgrade a few buildings starting off with our builder's hut. Let's get that to level 3. And now here's an attack with the Royal Champion Charge in Clan War League. And especially in Clan War League, I need to make sure that I have the core down so I can make sure that I can at least secure a 2 or 3-star every single time so we can win the war. And our Royal Champion Charge for this attack went pretty well. The Royal Champion cleared the right side and almost went all the way to the left side. So definitely a really good Royal Champion Charge. So for day 2, I really wanted to focus on getting the invisibility spell placement down because that is what we messed up on day 1 and that is essential to making sure that the Royal Champion doesn't die mid-charge. So for this attack, our Royal Champion Charge went relatively smoothly. I had her clear out the 6 o'clock area of the base, which included both air sweepers and the town hall after I used the Queen to funnel along with the siege barracks where the Royal Champion was. I was still running into a major issue that would continue to persist over the next few days, keeping Lassie alive. So I was using Lassie for the Royal Champion Charge since I don't have access to the Spirit Fox, and Lassie just could not stay alive due to the targeting mechanics. However, I was more focused on the Royal Champion, and the Royal Champion, did what she needed to do. She cleared out pretty much the whole 6 o'clock compartment, and then we just dropped the dragons in, Warden, Prince, and the recalled Royal Champion. So enjoy the rest of this attack while I put on some background music. That was the end of day 2. Now, I did not get to recording on day 3 till pretty late, but however, we did start the day with a very strong RC charge that pretty much cleared out the whole east side of the base. And you can see my invisibility spell placement is much more on point. So compared to day 1, there's definitely been a large skill gap and a lot of improvement. Unfortunately, the attack did not go the way I wanted it to, and it was not the Royal Champion's fault, so I'm just going to clip that part out and cut to the Clan War League. So our mirror opponent is that of a Town Hall 14, and unfortunately I did not get to recording any of this dialogue until a week later, so I apologize for that. However, I am just struggling with my Royal Champion charges this week. Like, I am just getting the timing with the blimp and the Queen Arrow mixed up, and they are just not going the way they were when I was recording this, so that is quite unfortunate. Fortunately, our blimp failed due to the tornado trap and air sweeper just pushing it back, so we had to send the Royal Champion in. However, the Royal Champion charge came out just fine, and then we sent her back out to help clear out the rest of the base. And the charge for this one went extremely well. She cleared the east half of the base and also took out all of the super minions, which are, as you guys know, are a huge issue when it comes to attacking in Clan Wars and Clan War League because they're just a great defensive option. So that was pretty much the end of day 3. We were making pretty good headway with the Royal Champion charge, so now it's on to day 4. So starting off on day 4, we were not able to record again until very late at night. However, our mirror match for the Clan War League was a Town Hall 11, so I just accepted the 3-star and did the champion charge. As you can see, my champion charges are getting a lot better now. My placement is more on point, the invisibility spell placement is more on point, at least for the Royal Champion. I can't say the same for Lassie, but she was able to get the Eagle Artillery and pretty much went along the east side of the base, just clearing stuff out. And that was pretty much the end of this poor Town Hall 11. There's not much you can do as a Town Hall 11 when a Town Hall 14 is attacking you. Just hope, they're either extremely bad at the game or rushed, but that is not my case. I absolutely destroyed this guy and easily secured the 3-star. Alright, so now I'm going to update you aside from the Royal Champion charge. We've been making pretty decent headway in Town Hall 14. Keep in mind, I am much more further along now. However, you can see we're pretty broke when it comes to gold and dark elixir, which is much better than it used to be. So let's upgrade the fireball to level 18 and go Q into attack so we can now use our upgraded fireball and our royal champion charge. So siege barracks on one side, queen on the other, just got to get the placement right, and we got one air defense along with the king to help clear this side with the siege barracks. So this world champion charge went pretty well. She just cleared the bomb tower, then we started helping her get into the base. Now, the one thing that did go wrong with this world champion charge is she just wasn't able to clear the town hall because I ran out of invisibility spells. If I had the spirit fox, we would have gotten the town hall, but I'm not going to be queuing up against Town Hall 13s as a Town Hall 16. So we just dropped their dragons along with the recalled royal champion and the warden and just cruise through the rest of the base. I do feel like there's a massive difference between Town Hall 14 and 13, not just because of the weaponized builder huts, but also of the weapon. The poison effect from the Giga Inferno at Town Hall 14 is just so much stronger than the frost explosion at Town Hall 13, which could be why it's just a lot of a difference between Town Hall 13 and 14. Start off day 5, I want to show you guys a replay of a Royal Champion Charge user who is doing 6 invisibility spells and why my base works against Royal Champion Charge. It does seem quite complicated, but let me point out a few things that make it actually a really great Town Hall 14 base design, and I didn't get this off of links or anything. So first things first, you can just see the queen with the giant arrow. It's very hard to snipe all 4 air defenses, but you can't even snipe all 4. You can only get 1 or 2, and sometimes, as you saw, this guy missed all of them. And this is a quick equipment overview, but that's number 1. The air defenses are preserved, making it a great defense against air attacks. And this guy is not even Royal Champion charging, he's using the invisibility spells for a separate purpose. But number 2, everything is well spaced with different compartments with different storages and defenses to provide well-rounded defense. Furthermore, the walls on the outside really limit the amount of space people have to place their troops in without taking damage, and that's where the mortars come in, as they do cover most of the corners on my base. And after re-watching this replay several times, I think where this guy just lost the attack was his awful warden ability. You can see he hits it, but there aren't any troops, and there's almost no troops left in general on the battlefield, so it's just such little value. Furthermore, this guy still has 3 freeze defenses, which he's only using now, to freeze a single Inferno, but the Expo is already locked on, so it's pointless. And overall, they actually did come very close to 3-starring it, but they just timed out because their spell usage was very, very bad. But afterwards, all I did was just one more multiplayer attack in the home village, and I really do have to say, I think by this point my Royal Champion charges have been getting really great. They are less choppy. What I mean by this is the placement between the invisibility spells is not as frequent, like they're not rushed, they're more spaced out, and I'm getting the most value out of each invisibility spell. But this attack was the last for day 5, so for day 6 and 7, we need to make sure we have this down to see if we really did master it in 1 week. Alright, so day 6 started off with another Clan War League attack, and this one, it went pretty well. Obviously, it's a Town Hall 12, Town Hall 14, very, very big difference. You don't have the effect from the Tesla besides the death damage, but still a really great Royal Champion charge, and this time we started it on the west side. So I found that when I Royal Champion charge, I like to have the Royal Champion take out one of two defenses. Either I like the Royal Champion to take out the Town Hall, or I like the Royal Champion to take out the Eagle Artillery, since obviously at the mid to upper mid town halls, the Eagle Artillery is one of the most core defenses. So with that out of the attack, it makes it go a lot more smoother and improves my chances of getting the 3-star. Fortunately, as you can see with this attack, my invisibility spell placement is awful. The timing is really bad, so I'm not sure what happened from the start of the challenge, like day 3 and 4 to day 6. It feels like I almost regressed progression-wise, which is not good. I only want to be moving forward here, so hopefully day 7 I can lock in and see if I really have mastered this. And when I say mastered, I'm not talking about the pro level, but enough where I can just consistently attack with Royal Champion charge and feel like, okay, I know what I'm doing. And we did end up 3-starring the base, mainly due to the surplus of balloons. For reference, these are Town Hall 16 level balloons against a Town Hall 12 level base. So they're going to be extremely tanky, and they just survived up until the end, and it made clearing out all these defenses much easier. Furthermore, I accidentally missed the clone, and I accidentally cloned the dragons instead of the balloons, so there were clone dragons instead of clone balloons. But either way, we got the 3-star nonetheless. So day 6 is now over. We only have tomorrow left to see if we can master this Royal Champion charge. Can we do it? Alright, so we're at day 7. This is the last day to see if we've mastered the Royal Champion charge. And after their Royal Champion goes down, let's see how well our Royal Champion charge holds up. Alright, Royal Champion has been dropped. Okay, invisibility right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one. Alright, our Royal Champion is still going pretty strong. She's made it into a very heavy part of the base with the expos and scatter shots, and she's doing a great job too. So this Royal Champion charge was going great until I realized that I still had one invisibility spell when I recalled her. I guess I mixed up her HP with the King's HP and I recalled her early, so now I still have one invisibility spell, which is not good, but it's okay. We can totally make use out of this. We can totally still save this attack. Alright, Dragon's Blimp, Warden, and the recalled RC. Alright, clone spell ready and drop it now. Perfect clone Blimp and the Zap to take out the Eagle Artillery, and the Dragons and Balloons are just going to go clear through the rest of the base. Perfect. Alright, so we secured the 3-star. Perfect. We want to win this for our clan, and we are just crushing them. It's like 30, 33 to 0. Perfect. Alright, one last attack with the Royal Champion charge. Let's see, how did we do? Alright, first we're going to start with our Queen and her Giant Arrow. Hopefully snipe some of the air defenses off for our Dragon's benefit. Alright, Siege Barracks needs to go down now to help the Queen funnel off the right side of the base. And meanwhile, let's start the Royal Champion charge. We're going to send her in from like the 5 o'clock area, and she's going to go in towards the Scatter Shot and Inferno Tower. Okay, now we just need to keep this charge going. It's going pretty well. My invisibility spell is a bit late. Come on, get this one. All right, perfect. She's going further in. Nice. Keep on going. Keep on going. Lassie got pulled by the tornado trap, but the Royal Champion's still going. Oh no, we just had to waste a one due to the tornado trap. But Royal Champion is still going very strong here. It's going to clear out a lot of those defenses I was talking about. And now we recall. Okay, so now let's just finish off the attack. While the queen goes to the left side, we are just going to drop our dragons, warden, prince, and recalled royal champion, and let's let the attack play out as I talk about if I thought I mastered this over a week. Alright, so did I master the World Champion charge in a week? The answer is no, I didn't. On 1 week is definitely not enough time to master such a skilled attack, and I most certainly didn't. However, I definitely got the understandings down, and for someone who only had 7 days, a very crowded schedule, and had never done anything like this before, I think I definitely got the basics down, and I definitely understand it, and if I was able to consistently get 3 stars and maybe 1 or 2 stars in Clan War League, that's definitely saying something that I was able to not only understand it, but really utilize it and make good use out of it. But just like any skill like Queen Walk, Queen Charge, Royal Champion Dive, Warden Walk, it's going to take time to master it, and no one is perfect when they first learn something. But I actually really enjoyed this challenge. I thought it was a great way to push my skills to the limit, and I learned a lot, and all I had watched really to learn about this was just YouTube videos. So well, I think that's about it. So I would just like to say thank you for watching. This video took a lot of my time. It was super fun to make and learn. And if you want to see how Builder Hall 10 sucks, you can click right here on screen. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.